Good afternoon everyone and welcome back to the channel. We are today going to have a look around our machinery. It's as part of the question and answers video I done a few weeks ago. I got a lot of questions asking me would I consider doing a machinery tour. I did do one in the past, back probably about 2 years ago, and have a lot more subscribers now, a lot more viewers, and yeah, said I'd maybe just go again. We have changed some of the machinery since that as well, so could be nice just to do it again. So that's what we're going to do today. As always, if you haven't already subscribed, please hit the sub button. If you have no account, just use your email address and set up an account real quickly. It allows you to leave comments, subscribe down to channels, and also then you'll get a notification every time I put up a video. So it works both ways. Lets you know whenever I have a video up, and then in turn it's good for the channel then if you're able to like or comment and of course subscribe. So please hit the sub button if you haven't already. Yeah, so we'll get it stuck into this, get a look around the machinery that's in here, and then we'll have a look at some of the stuff that's outside as well. We'll have a comprehensive look at all our gear, if you like. So let's get going. So machine number one we look at, which is tucked away in here in the corner, is the GF900. Yeah, we've had this machine for about 6 years now. I think we bought it in 2014, maybe 2015. I think it's 2014. Mightn't have used it. We could have bought it maybe at the end of the 2014 season, and then it was used then like in 2015, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it's been a very good machine for us. It's a 2002 GF900. What else can I tell you about it? Well, when we purchased it, it had actually a bit of damage done to it. It had took a piece of steel or big stone into it, done quite a few of the knives in it, damaged a couple of the feeder rollers, and was without a control box as well. So we had to do a bit of repairs to it. We replaced all the chains on it when we were working at it. Replaced, I think, all the bearings, or more or less all the bearings, put a new cutter bar on it. So we gave it a good going over when we got it, and it has stuck to it. It hasn't give any trouble really. The only really trouble that we had over the last few years was that it was stuffing it quite a bit since really we got it, and we never done anything with that there's clutches in it, with little disc clutches, just for if it goes to jam up or anything like that. I suppose it's to help save itself from doing any damage to itself. Well, they were more or less just done. So we replaced those, and it's a different machine now, so we replaced them. They were replaced last year, and yeah, just fantastic machine now. It's just used to be stuffing quite regular. I don't think it's stuffed since we put the new clutches in it, so very happy with that. We also put an extension chute on it the year, I think, after we got it, just to give a little bit extra height just for filling into the trailers. And it just means then if somebody with a taller trailer comes, if they were helping us out or something like that, yeah, it'll reach in no issue. So yeah, great harvester and ideal for what we're doing. Like, we're only, depending on the year, 50 acres maybe for first cut, same for second cut. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, depending on the cut and all that. So it doesn't have that much to do, but it is a cheaper option for us. When we have the machinery, we have the trailers, we have a teleporter and a rake, the harvester, having it and being able to do your own is always great. The only issue we ever really have is trying to get maybe somebody with a tractor sometimes, or an extra trailer. But we have a friend of ours who does come and help us out, so that's not too bad. But it's just on the off chance maybe that he couldn't come, then that's when the issues are. So that's the GF900. It's a great machine, it's a great order, it's lovely paintwork on it, everything is very good on it. Moving on then to the square baler. We square bale all our straw and quite a bit of hay as well, so this is also a very useful tool. We've purchased this around 2003 or 4, and it was about 10 years old at the time. I think it's 94. But it hadn't done that awfully much. It had lay for quite a while before we purchased it, and yeah, it's a great machine. Now it did give a couple of wee bits of problems, especially this year. We've actually, one of them hasn't been fixed yet. The vice grips is still, so we had to change batteries. Yeah, we had a couple of issues with this arm here that you can adjust the size, you know, the length of the bale. We replaced it with this one we had on a spare baler, which you might see later in the video, and it didn't work right, so we had to stick the old one back on, and the vice grips has been giving us a helping hand just to get the season finished. But we will, before the season starts next year, we'll do a little bit of dicking at that. The plunger as well got a couple of cracks in it. We had to take it out and do a bit of repair work on it, and that's really about it. I think maybe change the knives on the knotter and a couple of things like that, just normal wear and tear stuff. But yeah, it has done quite a few bales since we got it. Like, there was one year in particular, between myself and my dad, I think we baled 15 or 16,000 square bales, but that was an exception. We were baling for a few different people at the time, baling straw. They had just orders of square bales, so that was quite a busy year with it. There was a couple of years like that. So, but the last few years, it's just been maybe 3,000 or 4,000 bales is all that's baled, between hay and straw. So it's just really what anybody orders and what we want ourselves, just, you know, so that's kind of how it's worked. Then we have our mowers. This is the mower we purchased last year. It's the Governland. It's a 4328 LT. Great mower. So far so good. We're very happy with it. It's got a grip also. You'll have probably seen the videos on that. Anyone who's followed me since in the last 6 or 8 months. Yeah, excellent machine. Very happy with it. We've always had Governland mowers. This one here we purchased the year before, which was 2018. No, it was good in 2018. Yeah, 2018 we purchased this. We had one of these mowers for 10 years, and we've seen this one here for sale. This one was like new. We purchased it, and we kind of use now. We use this one here and the trail mower for our silage. This one here is the lead mower. It goes first. It's a 7-foot cut, or it's actually more, so it's 7.5 foot, and this one here then is 9 foot. So you have about 7.5 foot and a 9 foot row in together. So you're roughly around 16 foot that the JF is coming along and lifting, and it really does speed. It really does speed the job up, which is great. It speeds up the lifting, the silage process. So yeah, that's the two mowers. This mower, this here obviously is 2019. It was new, and this one here is 2012. And as I said, you can see it has done very little, and well enough. It's well enough spec too. It has these the vanes for the spreading vanes on it, as has the other mower. There are a few hundred extra to get them on a mower, but it's well spec'd. It has got, you can plug it in, and it has a pressure dampening system on it, like that. It follows the contours of the ground, which is a good job. So is this one here, does a similar thing. But yeah, good, very good mower. A little awkward now when you have them on the side of a tractor. They do stick out about maybe 12-14 inches wider than what the tractor is. That's the only downside of them. But other than that, just be careful when you're on the road with it. When you put it to the field, put her out to the side of the tractor. Fantastic mower. This here is our one-pass system. We actually got this last year. We had a Massey 500 drill, which we sold in 2018. We wanted to get a one-pass system. We had a very good power harrow, which we also sold, and we replaced it then with this system here. It's a few years newer than the previous power harrow, this one, so it's just a newer model. It looks actually exactly the same. The stickers is a little bit different on it, and there's a different number on it, but from what I can see, it looks more or less the same. The gearbox, it might be slightly quicker geared as well than the previous one, but apart from that, the frame and the rest of the machine looks identical. The seed box then is the AD3000, and yeah, when we use that just in the back end there, just when we're sowing our winter crop, and very happy with it. The reason why we wanted rid of the Massey 500 was we were very happy with the crops we were getting from it, but in a wet year, if you hadn't got a dry spell, the system didn't work great. This system here, you can kind of plough and then sow directly behind the guy ploughing, so it just means that in a wet year you can get your sowing done a little bit easier. So that's the only reason we changed. We didn't want to spend a big amount of money, hence why we didn't go for an air seeder. We went for this mechanical seeder, because look, the money's not in the job to be spending a lot of money on it. We actually replaced, the two machines we sold, our own power harrow that we sold, and the Massey 500 drill. It was a very good Massey 500 drill as well. After selling them, I think we had to put about €500 to it to buy this here. So it was a good enough deal for us to pull off. So we were quite happy with that. We got this at a good value. This was for sale for quite a while. We were watching it for a while, and made a couple of calls about it, but didn't go to buy it. It was sitting, I think, for about maybe 7 months before we went in and purchased it. Most people don't want this kind of seed box. They want the air delivery seed box. So yeah, it's grand. It'll do us fine. We have a Kverneland plough here. It's a 3-furrow. What model is it? I wouldn't be that up to date on the models, but it's a 3-furrow anyway. Some of you will already know just looking at it. It's actually a friend of ours owns it. It's been here now for, I'd say, 7 or 8 years. He actually left it up to get a new set of steel all fitted on all round on it, and we done that. And he said to use away at it, so we've been using it ever since. We've actually replaced all the steel again on it, or more or less all of it this year. So it's a very good wee plough. It works well on the 6.4, and does nice work even behind the overrun. We bought this overrun in 2000 and what year did we buy the overrun? 2013, I think. It's an EX 4-furrow and full vary width. It goes from 10 inches out to 22 inches. And yeah, hydraulic cross shaft and all the bits and pieces you'd want on it. Full set of skimmers and discs on it as well. Lovely plough. I really like the overrun. We can do very nice work with it. Doesn't seem to matter what kind of ground you go into, whether it's light, heavy. We can plough the best. We're very happy with it. Some people, you hear them saying that they couldn't plough with anything else other than Kverneland, but yeah, we're very happy with how the overrun works. The Malone Tedder we purchased 2017, was it? I think it was 2017. Up to that, it was a couple of hay bobs we were using. It does speed it up. The only thing that I would like to do is I'd like to change it for I'd love to have a 6 reel. So yeah, we'll see. Maybe in the future we might change it. Yeah, look, it hasn't done that much. All it ever does is our hay, maybe 40 acres of hay, and turn it a couple of times every year. We don't head out our silage as a rule because it's grouped up. And when we're doing our own silage, we can cut when the weather is kind of good. You're always first on the list if you like. So, but I would have sold a lot of these from Malone. The amount of people who have messaged me and asked me about the Malone Tedder is just crazy. And then I'd get a follow-up message saying, yeah, thank you very much, and a picture of it where they were after buying it and taking it to the yard. So Malone really should be taking this one off me and giving me another one. There's at least 10 that bought these Malone Tedders on my recommendation. So there is at least 10. So Malone, if you're looking at this, contact me. I want a 6 reel. The sprayer, it's an Amazon sprayer. We bought this 2014 or 2015, I think. What is it? Yeah, 2015. Yeah, you can see it there. Yeah, it's a good sprayer, very strong, well built. Nothing really special about it. It's not one of these ones you can connect up to a GPS and it'll switch on and off itself. It's just simple enough control box with it. It's not nothing fancy. Holds 1100 litres of water, and it's got an induction tank, and it's got an extra tank here on the side then for rinsing out your tank and washing out your booms, while still in the field. So yeah, great job. Set of wheels on it as well, and yeah, I really couldn't fault it. Very good sprayer. So that's really that's all the machinery in the shed as such. I'll maybe leave it on as this is part 1, because otherwise the video will be like about 25 or 30 minutes long. So we'll go with this as part 1, and part 2 will be out very soon, and it'll be of the rest of the machinery that's outside. So as always, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the sub button, hit the like button, leave a question down below if you have any questions, and yeah, we'll see you in the next part of this machinery tour.